Hi, I'm Michael Canavay with Silverlight Asset Management. This is a video brief on the current state of the residential housing market. Where we choose to live is foremost a lifestyle decision. There are also financial consequences. For many, a home is the single most important asset they own. Dan here is an average American who owns a home and a 401k. He can easily see how his stocks are doing on his mobile phone, but there's no ticker symbol hanging outside of his house day to day. What determines price trajectory in any asset class, stocks, bonds, or real estate, is simply this: are there more buyers than sellers? In most neighborhoods across the country, there aren't many for sale signs in the front yard. There are two reasons for low inventory. One, people are moving less. When less people are moving, less homes are for sale. Two, a lot of houses were bought during the recession by investors and converted to rental properties. These turn over less frequently on average. Hedgeye research finds that when inventory is in the bottom decile of history, like it is now, real estate tends to appreciate about 12% over the next 15 months. Demand isn't overwhelming, but it has been steady, aided by low mortgage costs, rising wages, and improving consumer confidence. The net effect of these supply and demand forces has U.S. home prices rising 5.9% year over year in March. Since 2012, the national real estate picture is mixed, with some markets rising quite a bit more than others. For instance, Los Angeles is up 62%. Meanwhile, Raleigh, North Carolina property prices have increased about 25%. Here's how the comparative difference in those two markets shakes out today. If you're in Los Angeles and your dream is to own a 572 square foot house sitting directly under power lines, well, this house may be just what you're looking for. Or, you could have this house in Raleigh, North Carolina for $70,000 less. If our friend Dan lives in either of these markets, he's probably happy to know that his house is worth more than it was a year or 5 years ago. But he also may be wondering, are we close to a top? One of the key things that creates risk in the housing market is when affordability gets out of whack. In other words, when housing payments break your back. That's not the case nationally, where 15% of incomes roughly go towards house payments, compared to a 21% historical average. In expensive coastal markets like California, mortgage payments are about 43% of household budget currently. That's actually higher than the 35.2% historic average. These markets may be more vulnerable to interest rate rise. There's a saying, demographics are destiny. Assuming that's true, the longer-term outlook for housing appears bright. The millennials, the biggest generation, even bigger than the boomers, will be entering peak household formation years in about 3 to 5 years. That should help overall demand and be supportive to prices. Thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to visit our website or call anytime should you have questions on this topic or others.